read this question, this stimulus.
Mhm.
So at least one heartburn medication advertisements imply that unrelieved heartburn is likely to cause cancer. So we have like at least one heartburn medication ad that at least implies that unrelieved heartburn can cause this type of cancer. This is
Mhm.
simply false. So we're saying this is false, right?
Mhm.
So already I'm like, are we saying that obviously the ad, what the ad implies can't, well, the ad exists, right? It's a fact. So we're saying that unrelieved heartburn causes cancer is false.
Mhm.
And then I would keep reading because as soon as it says this is false and I know this is a conclusion, I need to make sure I understand this before
Mhm.
I move on. So the fact that is that only about 5% of people with severe heartburn have a condition called Barrett's esophagus, in which cells similar to those in the stomach's lining develop in the lower esophagus. Only these people have an increased risk of developing cancer because of heartburn. So really where it's wrong is the likelihood, because this is wrong about how likely it is, not necessarily that it can't happen at all. So then when
Mhm.
you read through these, you left A, B, and E open, I think. You might have miscrossed one of those off and just didn't say it.
Mhm.
A, so once I read it then and it tells me it's a main conclusion question, I restate it to myself, even though I've kind of done it like 5 times now. But obviously on the test, I haven't like explained it so many times. I'd ask myself, okay, our conclusion is this is false. What is false? That unrelieved heartburn is likely to cause cancer, which literally is C, and I would have read that and moved on.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely did that thing you were talking about. I think last time where I read the question and it's like, okay, it's asking for a conclusion, and then everything started looking at the conclusion. Even though when I was reading it and I read this is simply false, I paused and I said, okay, this is the conclusion, and I know everything else is talking about that conclusion.
Yes, and then you're like, wait, so some of these are just support, and this is an example like when in doubt, go mild. Like only those people with Barrett's esophagus can suffer. Like no, like other we have no idea if other people can suffer or have an increased risk of developing cancer from heartburn, right?
Mhm.
Irrelevant. So A would have been really easy to cross off. B, an increase in the risk of cancer arises from cells similar to those in the stomach lining. Like once again, like way too narrow.
Mhm.
Always go back to the eyes of the conclusion. All we care about is this is false. We don't even care necessarily why it's false. I mean, we do because it's our
Mhm.
sport. But all we want to tell them is they're wrong, right? We're all about being right. And then you cross D off really quickly. And then E, the dangers touted by heartburn medication ads will affect relatively few of the people who see those advertisements. I do think E is the most tempting wrong answer,
Mhm.
but this is just a fact. We use this fact to support our main conclusion
Mhm.
that the ad is false. Good?
Mhm.